Ladies and gentlemen, my name is industrialFaith. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Factorio 4X, your 15-minute Factorio fix. This is Season 3, Episode 2. And we are in the midst of getting our iron together. Getting the smelting running, getting everything pathed out, etc., etc. Kind of looking at it to see, I guess the best word for it is saturation. People call it compression. I don't know, kind of like the word, make sure the line is saturated. I don't know. More coffee. So, we are quickly going to realize that this is, after I get the power hooked up, not enough coal, not enough iron ore. So, or what? No, stop. So, I love my puns. They're so terrible. So we need more. What am I doing? Well, I don't need to hook it up yet, obviously, because, well, I don't need to hook it up. So there I am, sort of, there's the path. That's going to be sort of the utility area. Those four boxes represent the utility area, where I can put stuff, run pipe if I need to adjust stuff. And so I decided, let's get myself another one. So, is at this point I take coal? Oh, and I also want to leave a gap between the smelting, because there's so many times you're going to find something on the other side of the island you want to use, and then you have to figure out how to get it past your smelting. So I figure I might as well leave a gap, and that might be good practice. I don't know about gaps between such as iron smelting or copper smelting, but certainly I could see leaving a gap between the types of smelting. I don't know. And I mean, realistically, if four spaces is that big a deal, I think I've got bigger problems. Now, there are... one of the things you can do is I have the map on infinite. There's no distance north, south, east, or west that I can go. There's no limit to the map. It's like, I think Minecraft on the PC is the same way, or at least it used to be. I do know that on the Xbox and the PS4, PS3, it used to be, I don't know if it is now, I haven't talked to anyone who plays on the PlayStation or Xbox, it used to be that there was a limit of, there was a size limit, and I mean realistically it had to be, because just because of the way the console is built. And that's, you know, it is what it is. It's neither good nor bad. Realistically, you can have a very enjoyable game of Minecraft without building a big giant thing. And it also makes it more likely that you will find the strongholds. For Minecraft, you need to go fight the Ender Dragon and all that other stuff, etc., etc. At least it used to. I don't know. I haven't played Minecraft in forever. I hate to say. I'm not ashamed. I just haven't played it in forever. It's not something I've played. So I'm going to go ahead and feed all the copper smelting and all the iron smelting off my main coal deposit here. It's huge, it's big, it's robust, and why not? I mean, shoot, it's not doing anything else, is it? So, and that just, you know, looks nice. There we go, so pretty. And I just feed it in there because I can. And here's copper. How long do I exist on half a line of copper? Probably for a while. I don't recall. There we go. And so I can start. I don't know if I put it on the bus right away. I'm pretty sure I do. So the second one is copper. And I forget to power it, so it doesn't matter how much ore and coal I'm putting in there. If I don't do anything, it's not going to do anything. So, and then, you know, there we go. Boom. Now I'm going to end up moving all that copper later, but that's several hours down the road. And again, I'm not sure how much space I'm going to need, how much I'm going to use. So, better safe than sorry, I guess. And like I said, I absolutely love that gap in the middle between the two. I should have made it 6. And I could have integrated it into the pathway that I built up, that I will be building along the bus. So there's some lights for you guys so everybody can see stuff, and it's not ridiculously dark. There we go. That's not so nice. And then it's daytime. So it doesn't really matter that I put a bunch of lights up. Because nobody's going to see them. So a little more iron. And again, I'm fine with iron right now. I don't need it. Obviously, I don't need it. I'm not building anything. So, but I will start building things here. The very first thing I'm going to build is belts and underground belts. And I build kind of a wonky one. It's not one I normally build. Well, I mean, come on. This is technically my third... It's going to be my third playthrough to the end. This is technically my third game. Yeah. So, expert I am not. But what I'm doing is I'm also planning for green circuits. After the fiasco, not the fiasco, but after what happened last time, I've decided I'm going to put green circuits on the bus. It just... It makes sense. So, do I really leave it there? Seriously? That's too close. Whatever. So there's going to be my belt, and there's my gears, and again, it's the gray assembler, alas, but that's just how it goes. And so I'm going to be getting some moving iron here. There we go. Do that, and then there we go. It's like, what is going on here? It's me being a doof. So there we go. We've got belts. I'm not going to have to make my inventory anymore. Hooray. And I'm also going to be using underground belts. Now, I use underground belts a lot more than anything else. Or I should say, a lot more than I use splitters. And the reason for that is because the way I built it, there's a lot of underground stuff happening. And I know it sounds silly, but there's a lot of... I run a lot of stuff under the path, so I really absolutely have to have that thing. It's kind of weird. And I don't make a method for splitters. I could... if I do that, I think what I'll do is I'm going to probably end up building red splitters further down the bus. As it stands, I pretty much use them. I don't use them very much. So here I'm starting to build red science, and all it's going to be is gears and copper, and that's it. And there we go. Now, I don't know the ratios. Again, not that I know any ratios, but I don't know the ratios for the proper ratios for red science to laboratories. I honestly don't know. Maybe it's 2 for 1, 2 red assemblers or 2 red science assemblers per lab. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's 2 science labs for every red assembler. I don't know the green ones. And it should be the same for the green. Although green, red it's 5 seconds. I think green is... It's green 12 or 15, something like that. So, essentially whatever you have for... Whatever your ratio for reds, you need to double it for labs, I think. So if 20 labs you can get by with 10 reds, then maybe you need 15 green? And then again, I don't know blue either. So that, maybe I just need to sit down and do some math. Math. Ugh. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the green and red assemblers right across the way from each other. And the reason I'm going to do that is because it's going to make things a lot easier, because that way green and red are automatically instantly on the same line. No fuss, no muss, bang, go. So I need to build green circuits right now because the yellow inserters that you use for green science uses green inserters. So I'm not going to do my over and under thing for the green inserters like I did last time, or was it the time before that? Well, maybe I do for iron. I think you do for iron. And here's the path, just so you can kind of see where the path goes, and so I can remember where the path goes. Sometimes you just need a visual reminder. So, now the lovely thing about science assemblers and assembly time is it takes so long to build that you can get away with yellow inserters and red inserters, and you never have to use anything else. It's kind of entertaining. The only exception to that is purple science, in which case you want the output from the purple science assembler. You definitely want that as a blue, because only the blue will keep up. A yellow just is pretty much, a yellow will be able to remove 8, if I remember my portions. If I remember correctly, how do you like that? What is that? Yeah, that is not. Yeah, I was gonna say that's not the copper there, Bubba. How do I put it? Okay, there we go. That works. Gosh, what is it? Completely forgot I lost my train of thought. Oh my goodness. That's embarrassing. I'll remember it in a minute. But here I'm starting to put things together for the... I just realized I didn't have any tools. But I'm also building assemblers, so I can't build any of my steel tools. There we go. Now I can cut down trees like a grown boy. Like a big boy. So I will run iron underneath this. And that's because, oddly enough, this is probably one of the best applications of the underground, under the assembler building techniques, just because it works so well. So I'm going to fill those in. I'm going to go get some landfill so I can get rid of that little body of water there. Now I'm going to leave some bodies of water because some things require water. For example, is it sulfuric acid? No, sulfur. Making sulfur requires water. So I have to leave water near my line because it's easier to pipe in the petroleum oil and then turn it into sulfur and sulfuric acid on your line. It's actually a lot easier because you have the iron plate there. So that's always the issue with, for example, coal. Do you put coal on your line? Well, what uses coal? Plastic and hand grenades. So if you make a lot of plastic and hand grenades, then absolutely it's probably a good idea to put it on there. If you don't make a lot of plastic and hand grenades, then it's pointless to put it on there. But plastic's only used for 2 things. It's used for blue science in the form of red circuits. In the form of red circuits, and it's used for what do you call it? Ultralight materials for the rocket. Yeah, how do you like that for straight? Oof. Who taught you to drive, buddy? Nobody, apparently. My mother taught me to drive. Har, har, har. Actually, it's not far from the truth. My mother did give me a lot of driving instructions. So, did a pretty good job, too. At least I think she did a good job with it. Uh-oh. I hope she's not watching this. She'll hear me compliment her, and she'll have a coronary on the spot. Yes, I have said some pretty terrible things about my mother. So, and I'm ashamed of it, but you cannot take back the past. So here I'm starting to put together the green science. There we go. Oh my goodness. Wow. So, and again, all the stuff for building green science is here. Down below the bus. And that way there's, again, I didn't like the fact that you often got things all kind of mixed up and goofy. It was just kind of weird. So here I'm going to be building what am I building here? Ah, yes, the assemblers. Ladies and gentlemen, we're wrapping this up. Thank you for joining me for the latest episode of Factorio 4X, your 15-minute Factorio fix. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Have a good night, and bye-bye.